What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Fantasy Football Game Show brought to you by Front Yard Fantasy here on Better Sports Network. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by my co-hosts Joey Wright and John Luke Garofalo. And joining us today, we have our great friend, Jake Trowbridge here with us. For those
Wish I was Drake.
Maybe tomorrow.
So much more money.
And fans, and I don't know, you might be a better singer. We'll have to put you guys in a sing-off. But guys, if you do not know Jake, you can find him on Twitter at Jake Trowbridge. He is the big man fancy pants at Matthew Berry's Fantasy Life and co-host of the Drinking and Talking Fantasy Football podcast. Jake, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us today.
I'm so happy I got to come back on. It feels like it's been a fortnight, whatever amount of time that is. It feels like it.
A fortnight.
At least a fortnight, maybe even an Apex. I'm not sure.
We'll see.
We got Victor in the chat saying, "Hola, bro, chachos." Smash that like button. What's up, Victor?
What up, Victor?
My friend Craig, our chat historian, coming in with Jake's FYF history. This is your 5th FYF appearance, Jake. All of your appearances have been for games, and you are 2-2 overall so far. So today is to get that winning record. And in a game where there's more than one opponent, so less than a 1/2 chance of winning, a winning record is quite impressive here at FYF. It's a rare feat, Jake. Actually, we're not very good at these games, so it's not that rare. But
we have a lot of feet.
We're going to hype it up. We got Maria in here saying, "If I'm here, but don't say I'm here, am I really here?" Jake, I'll throw this one to you first.
I think that you are like Schrodinger's cat in that you are both here and not here kind of at the same time.
Just don't open the box that Maria's in.
Yeah.
Speaking of Schrodinger's cat, Scampers is in here saying, "No less here than me saying I'm not here." JL, does this change anything about the situation to you?
Absolutely not. That's a cat.
And one other thing to add to this, if Joey is wearing a Mike Evans creamsicle jersey and hasn't mentioned it 5 minutes into the show, is he really wearing a Mike Evans creamsicle jersey? Joey, I love
it. It could just be a random number 13 jersey. It could be, but no, it is.
Look at the smile on that face. Look how orange it is.
Show us your behind.
My wife is going to be so mad. I can't wait.
Man, you're just going to have to deal with that cream. You know,
it's like cream. But guys, the red is sewn in this time. It's not just printed on. It's like a separate red shirt. Wow. Like the throwbacks, they really did a good job with them.
I love the creamsicle jerseys. I hate the word creamsicle because in high school,
I think
the girl I was dating and I at the time posted a photo of us at Six Flags with a filter on it. And this random guy's dad at my high school came in and commented, "Looks like you're inside a creamsicle, winky face." And it's put a negative connotation on that word for me for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I don't think you should have a negative connotation on the word. I think you should have a negative connotation on that guy for life, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't let him taint the creamsicle for you.
Don't let him taint the creamsicle. We got Dame in the chat, also on team Don't Taint the Creamsicle, saying good afternoon, FYF chat, and FYF, I suppose. That's fair. Also, Victor in here, hyped to see your creamsicle jersey. And we got Jay in the chat saying, "Look at this handsome crew." And Joey.
I chased a mailman.
Unrelated to the creamsicle stuff.
Twin in here with the yo. What's up, Twin? Welcome in, my friend. And before we get into this game, our friend Grim came in with a daily question for us. We got news today that Dalvin Cook wants to join the New York Jets, but this could spell doom and gloom for all of the excited Breece Hall managers and people looking forward to drafting him. Joey, I'm going to throw this one to you first. If Dalvin Cook does join the Jets, what does that do for Breece Hall and ultimately Dalvin Cook for you going into 2023?
I think if the Jets signed Breece Hall, they've already signed Breece Hall. If they signed Dalvin Cook, that's a sign that Breece Hall is probably not going to be ready for at least half the season. So I would look at that as more of like a red flag for Breece Hall than I would for Dalvin Cook. Now, if Dalvin Cook goes there and Breece Hall is healthy, it's just going to be a little confusing. I don't think Izzy Abanikanda is going to be relevant or Michael Carter at all. So I think Breece Hall and Cook will be the only 2 running backs worth drafting, and it's your guess which one's going to score more points each week.
Jake, do you agree with Joey, or do you think he's stupid for what he just said?
I'm split. As tempted as I am to call another person stupid on this podcast, I agree. Actually,
you can. Many people have.
Joey said, I do think, if he signs there, I think the biggest indication would be what's the health for Breece Hall. Maybe he just doesn't play the first few games at all, which is actually a little bit of more clarity than we have right now in the situation. I do think Breece Hall would be the 1A in that situation, regardless. Dalvin Cook at best would be the 1B still. I don't think that Cook is gassed or washed or whatever the kids are saying these days, but I don't think he can hold a candle to Breece Hall.
No cap. I'm with you, Jake. Whatever those kids are saying. We got Tim in here coming in and saying aliens are real, and that's more than enough green news. Boo, Jets. So that's Tim's analysis on the Dalvin Cook, Breece Hall situation. Aliens.
Are you sure he's not saying Bo Jets? Is there a Bo on the Jets that he's referencing?
They may have just signed Bo, but I'm not positive at this point. We'll get our fact checker on that. Jay, look for a guy named Bo on the Jets. While Jay's doing that, I'm going to explain the game that we're going to play ever so shortly here after a couple quick reminders. First and foremost, if you are not already following our friend Jake, fix that right now. You can find him on Twitter at Jake Trowbridge, and you will see all of the beautiful videos that he's making over there for Matthew Berry's Fantasy Life and some of his top shelf fantasy analysis. After you follow him, head on back over here to this YouTube video. If you're watching on our channel at Front Yard Fantasy, hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell. It is the easiest way to make sure you don't miss any of what we're doing here every day at 3 p.m. Eastern time.
Wouldn't want that.
That being said, you're not going to want to miss today's show. We are bringing one of our favorite games from the morning show here onto the Fantasy Football Game Show. I believe for the second time, the game is called Feeling Lucky Punk, baby. And it's a high-stakes game of taking bets, taking chances, answering trivia, and pressing your luck. How this is going to work is I'm going to propose a challenge to one of our contestants. Something like, how many of the top 12 wide receivers from last season can you name? Or how many different liquids from your house will you drink right now? Contestants are then going to place wagers on how many they think they can name, how many they think they can do, whatever the challenge is. And whoever bids the highest, it's time to put your money where your mouth is and do it. If you successfully complete the amount that you said you would, you are going to add that many points to your score. But if you fail, both of your opponents are going to get that amount of points. So you will be gifting them free points just because of your failure. We're going to go like this, alternating who's bidding first until we run out of time, run out of prompts, or you guys run out of patience for my complete and utter bullshit that's about to come your way, at which point we will end the show, and whoever's got the most points is our champion. You guys ready?
Yep. So ready.
So ready. JL looks a little nervous. One last reminder to our contestants for the trivia-based prompts here. Make sure you have the chat closed. And for the chat, play along. Throw your guesses in there if you're right, especially if you get one that our contestants do not. We are going to add those points, or we will shout you out. There is one more mechanic here that I did forget to mention, and that is if your opponent never mind. I lied. We changed that rule. And so we're just going to get started. JL quit on us, but that's okay because he's going first. So as soon as he comes back, he will get the first bid, but I can reveal the first question. What I want to know for this very first one, John Luke, you will be going first in this game with Jake second, Joey third, is how many active NFL players that wear the number 1 can you name?
Two.
JL bids 2. Jake, would you like to outbid JL? Can you name more than 2 players that wear the number 1 in the NFL? Active players.
No, there's literally only 2 that I can think of at the moment. So I'm out.
Jake's tapping out. So far, JL's bid is leading with 2. Joey, would you like to outbid JL?
I can do 3, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
So is that a bid of 3?
Yeah, I'm going to bid 3.
Okay, JL, it's back to you. Jake has tapped out. Do you think you can do 4, or is Joey going to get to play with 3?
Are these fully active or past players?
That's a yeah.
They are active according to the NFL's database of active and non-active players.
Okay, I can do 4.
Okay, JL thinks he can do 4. Joey,
let me hear you name them 4. JL.
Okay, JL is up first. He has won this one with a bid of 4. John Luke, I need you to name 4 players that currently wear the number 1. If you are able to do that, you're going to add 4 points to your score. If not, you're going to fail, and your opponents will get 4.
Each of them get 4, so 8 points will be doled out.
After you get to 4, I will let you guys know about a mechanism to get some additional points. But let's see if you can succeed first.
I like it when you call it mechanics better than mechanism.
All right, my first one here. I'm gonna go with Daddy, Travis Etienne.
Travis Etienne does wear the number 1 JL. That is 1 for you.
All right, then I'm gonna go with Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray does wear the number 1 JL. That is 2.
Cam Newton.
I'm sorry, JL, but Cam Newton is not active in the NFL, according to the NFL's definition. So that is going to be the end of that route, which means Joey and Jake, you are each going to get 4 points for John Luke's failure. Were there any other ones that you guys could think of that you would have added in there?
Fields and Chase.
Yeah, I was going to say Justin Fields. That's all I had.
Fields was the last one I had.
We had Fields. We had Jamar Chase in there. Sauce Gardner is another one. Jalen Hurts. Where's the number one? Devontae Parker, Allen Robinson, Tua Tagovailoa, and Rachaad White were some more players that were the number one.
Oh, Rachaad White changed his number then because I believe he was 32.
He's currently wearing the number one, according to NFL.com.
Maybe he didn't. Maybe I don't know what I was watching on the field last year.
The chat got a bunch of these in here. Grim fan with Chase, also with Hurts and Fields. Jay knew it was Sauce Gardner. Also, Scott Fish said, stop trying to add Cam Newton, Jay. I think this was well before you guessed Cam Newton.
Just let me pick him up, Scott. God.
Also, we got Tyler in here. Hyped to see Jake up here. So, Jake from Elite Content. We love Jake.
We love Jake. Fun fact, I drafted Cam Newton in Scott Fish Bowl last year and didn't start him one time.
Nice. And you just can't chase that feeling enough? You want to go back to that?
I just need it. I'm just addicted.
That's cool.
I did that with Trey Lance last year in Scott Fish Bowl, but that was even more disappointing because I drafted him in like the 5th round of that draft. Pretty brutal.
Does Trey Lance wear number one?
I don't think so. He's not on this
list.
We
wouldn't know because he's never on the field. So.
Well, JL, that's going to put you in an early hole, but there are plenty of prompts left in this game. Jake, you've got the first bid on this next one. Are you ready to hear prompt number 2 in the game of Feelin' Lucky Punk?
I believe so.
Okay. Prompt number 2. What I want to know is how many words can the rest of your contestants give you that then have to be incorporated into an improvised song?
How many words? Like total?
You know, like when someone freestyle raps and they're given like seed words that they have to then incorporate into their rap. Think like that, but I'm not just limiting you to rap. It can be a song of other choice. You may choose to freestyle rap if you like to do so. But what you are saying is the number of words that we can then seed into the song that you're going to write live on air for us.
I will say 4.
Jake says we can put 4 words into a song that he is going to sing on air. Joey, will you sing an improvised song with more than 4 seed words from your fellow contestants?
I was recently at a candy store in Las Vegas and tried to freestyle rap, and I failed miserably. So I am not going to try to do this. I'm going to let Jake walk with this one if he wants to, unless JL wants to outbid him.
Jake said 4. John Luke, you played the first one, lost some points. Are you going to outbid Jake on his bid of 4 words that you can seed into a song?
I ain't letting Jake get away with that first bid. 5.
5 cool. From John Luke. Jake, can you do 6 words in an improvised song? Or are you going to let JL try it at 5?
I kind of really want to have JL do it. I kind of don't want to put 6 because I really want to see JL do it. But I think I'll go 6. I'll go 6.
Jake going 6. John Luke, you got him to up it by 1. Are you going to try again or are you tapping out?
8.
JL says 8 words. Jake, are you upping JL or are you letting him do it at 8?
I'm going to let JL take this.
Do it, coward.
This is all you, man.
I'm sorry. So the only difference between whether you were going to sing or not going to sing was 2 words, Jake? That was your line?
Technically, it'd be 3 words, I think. Is
3 words,
Jake? But yes, 3 words is my line. Now you know my line in the sand.
All right.
Also, Scott Fish in here saying, I couldn't improvise a song with 1 required word. And Scamper says, I can't think of an actual real song right now. So JL has said we can give 8 words to him to sing. Jake, what word would you like JL to incorporate into this song?
Oh, let's start with where you reside right now. Let's go with whole.
Whole. JL has to put whole into the song. Joey, what word would you like JL to incorporate into this song?
Monkey.
Monkey. I am going to say that JL has to incorporate the word detention. Jake, what word would you like JL to incorporate?
Let's go with macaroni.
Macaroni. Yeah. Joey?
Keytar, like a keyboard guitar, like the
Okay,
keytar.
keytar. Yeah. That is a good one. JL, you're going to have jewel, like the proper noun that you vape out of. Juul
What
is
else
my
would it
next
be?
word.
Not the singer-songwriter Jewel.
Not the singer-songwriter jewel.
Okay.
Or the gem stone. Jake, last word that you would like JL to sing.
Thunder.
Thunder. And Joey, bring us home. One more word.
Mine would be the singer-songwriter Jewel.
Okay, and the singer-songwriter Jewel. So JL, I need an improvised song with the words hole, monkey, detention, macaroni, keytar, Jewel, the vaping device, thunder, and Jewel, the singer-songwriter.
Will I still get points if it's in spoken word form, like poem?
Like slam poetry?
If
like
we can snap
do I
for
actually
you.
have to come up with a melody on top of the words?
As long as it's a performance, we'll give it to you, and as long as you don't just like read the words in order.
No, I'm not going to read the words in order. I just want to know if I need to come up with a melody or not.
Whatever.
I didn't want to have to go through all that trouble and not get points, or give all of my points to Joey and Jake again.
Scott wants to know, can we also add joule, the unit of measurement?
You know what? Why not? Do I get extra points? Do I get 2 extra points?
I was going to say, we have in the past, if someone is able to successfully complete a challenge, I didn't bring this up because JL did not successfully complete the last one. Any extra that they do will be extra points. Since this is one where we're requiring something to be determined ahead of time, JL, you'll have the opportunity for 2 bonus points if you do incorporate Scott's version of the word jewel as well.
Okay. Help! I've fallen in this hole and I can't get out. Jewel, where are you? Jewel! Lost in thunder. I've made a big blunder. Smoking jewels of jewel outside of this macaroni grill. We're just a couple of monkeys in this hole, living out, just living out of our macaroni grill shack, playing our guitars with that guy Lars from a band I once knew. All's that to say, we're not going to a detention because we're with Jewel. Let's go.
I think you nailed it.
I am not going to give you the bonus points for the incorporation of the unit of measurement.
I said Jewel like 6 times.
But you will get all of the other points for that performance, JL. That is going to earn 8 points into your score. And we're going to move on to our next prompt here. Joey,
we need to have somebody put some guitar behind that and like overlay. That's going to be beautiful.
Good luck.
We're going to make
force
it a hit.
someone to do that.
I almost cried. I thought it was really beautiful. I'm ready for my question. I hope it's how many DVDs can I hold in my hand at one time? Because I would beat all of them on the screen.
Scott said, did Simon say do a song or college level open mic night slam poetry? Absolutely nailed it.
With it's, 8 of the most randomest words that your friends could come up with.
And Scampers is saying, if you don't sing, you must dance. I think there were some dance moves in there.
I give you an extra half a point for macaroni grill, by the way.
Thank you.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
That was a job that I had that I don't like to think about. So I take points away from macaroni grill.
Taking the half point back. There we go.
Joey, this prompt is yours. Are you ready?
Yeah.
What I want to know is how many of the 10 players with more than 500 yards after the catch last season can you name? So there were 10 players with more than 500 yards after the catch last year. I want to know how many of them you can name for me. And that is without missing one.
I'll start the bidding. Is that what we call it? At 2.
2. JL, you think you can name more than 2?
500 yards after the catch last season. Yeah, I can name 3.
JL can name 3. Jake, can you name more than 3?
I'll try to name 4.
Jake says he can name 4. Joey, can you name more than 4?
No. I'm going to see if JL wants to top him.
JL, can you top Jake? Or are you going to let him play at 4 here?
I'm going to let him play because I'm tired of playing because Joey won't play.
Jake taking 4 here. So Jake, now it's time to do it. How many of those players can you name? That is of the 10 players with more than 500 yards after the catch last season. I got the list right in front of me, and I'll tell you where they are on the list as you name them. And if they're not, I'll just say bonk loudly and your turn's over.
Perfect. And to be clear, this is any player, any position, correct?
Any player, any position.
I'm going to start with the Yak Master himself, Deebo Samuel.
I am sorry, Jake. Deebo Samuel is not on this list.
Why?
That is going to be no points going your direction and 4
Insta-bonk.
points going to each of your opponents, putting JL at 12 and Joey at 8. You want to try and name some other ones? You won't get any points, but
no. now I want to leave.
Now I'm not playing anymore.
I've been forsaken by Deebo Samuel.
We had some guesses in the chat. Grim fan guessed Chase, Hill, Waddle, Pittman, and McCaffrey. The top 10 were in order. Austin Eckler was number 1. Christian McCaffrey was number 2. Travis Kelce was number 3. Justin Jefferson was number 4. Leonard Fournette was number 5. A.J. Brown at number 6. Jerick McKinnon at number 7. Chris Godwin at 8. Amon-Ra St. Brown at 9. And Jalen Waddle at 10.
Wow.
Was Tyreek Hill in there?
Tyreek Hill was not in there.
Really?
I can tell you where he was
Okay.
momentarily. Let's see. Hill.
It's okay.
Hill was at 14. Deebo Samuel, I am so sorry, Jake, was at 11 with 493 yards after the
Oh my
missed
God.
it by only 7 yards.
That's the rudest thing he's ever done to me personally. And I got a long list of things.
He just had to run a little further and he would have had it. Also, I see misery in his.
And he missed a lot of games. That was a good guess.
Sorry, I
he
did
should
not
have
mean
had that.
to take the question off. It was how many of the 10 players with more than 500 yards after the catch last season can you name? All right, that's going to adjust these scores a little bit. JL up to 12, Joey up to 8, Jake at 4, but there's plenty of game left. Before we move on to that next prompt, Jake, you brought up Deebo Samuel. We're seeing that he's sitting there at 493 yards after the catch. And we talked a little bit about it on the show yesterday during our wide receiver tier list, the questions surrounding his role in the San Francisco offense. Are you optimistic for a bounce back year for Deebo, or do you think maybe Brandon Ayuk has solidified himself as the one there?
I think Ayuk is the real true number 1 in the offense. Maybe 1A and 1B split with the backfield there with CMC. I think that Deebo Samuel, the big year that he had, was the outlier year. Like, he's a comfortable wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 range guy. And I think that that's fine. And that's where he exists. But I think Ayuk will have the higher ceiling and probably the higher floor.
JL, do you agree with Jake's take here on Deebo Samuel with his 493 yards after the catch?
No. I do. I think this is getting we're splitting hairs when we get into Deebo versus Ayuk. I think I personally lean on the Deebo will still be the main guy there, and they'll move him out of that rushing game and move him back into the receiving game where he originally thrived. But it could go the other way, and I think the most likely outcome is we're going to see both of these guys used pretty well on this fast-moving offense, and I think both of them are going to be integral pieces. Which one becomes better value? Whichever one probably has a lower ADP.
Yeah, I think they're probably both draftable. I see Joey down there nodding along. And Scott Fish in the chat saying, this is officially my favorite game you've ever played. All previous shows are now garbage. Erase the records. Craig, start over. New era. Well, let's see if we can ruin it, Scott. There's still plenty of show left. And we are back to John Luke with this next prompt. JL, are you ready?
Let's do it.
What I want to know is, how many professional sports leagues can you name? I will be fact-checking on the spot to see if it is, in fact, a real professional sports league.
I name the sport or the actual league itself?
The league itself.
Are we allowed to use paper?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to keep it in your brain.
6.
JL says he can name 6 professional sports leagues.
I'm going to jump up to 8.
8 from Jake. Joey, how many do you think you can name?
10 in the dark, and I haven't even thought about which those 10 are.
Joey's going with 10. JL, you think you can name more than 10?
10 in the dark. He's got to shut his lights off if he's going to name them.
Can you name more than 10, JL?
I can do that.
10. I can do 11.
JL says 11. Jake, do you think you can name more than 11 professional sports leagues?
Yeah, give me 12. Give me a solid dozen.
12 from Jake. Joey, you up in the dozen? You know the phrase? that people say?
Baker's dozen?
Up the dozen. Take it up the dozen.
I can do I can do 13.
13 a baker's dozen. JL, you one up in that?
I'm out.
JL's out.
I don't know
Jake?
that many sports.
I'm gonna pass.
Oh
Jake's
crap!
gonna pass. Joey, you got to play it 13 years. Time to put your money where your mouth is. I'll fact check them live as you're doing it.
Okay. We're gonna do the Premier League.
That's 1.
NFL.
2.
Say
MLB.
the whole name.
3.
Do I have to say the whole name?
No, you're good.
Oh,
But if you just start
NHL.
naming letters that I think are BS, I will make you do it. NHL, that's 4.
MLS.
That's 5.
UEFA.
That is 6.
It's Okay, you trust me on that one? Okay,
I
thank
know.
you.
No, I know that one.
Oh, that's 6. PGA.
What was the last one you said?
PGA, that's the Professional Golfers Association.
That is 7.
LPGA, which is the Ladies Professional Golf Association.
That is 8.
The WNBA.
That is 9.
Solid
What's
strategy.
the Rock's stupid football league called? The XFL.
That is 10, Joey. 3 more and you'll bank these points.
Oh God. Live. Or wait, are they done now? No, they're still real because their year hasn't ended. They will merge with the PGA. So Live Golf Tour.
That is
what am I
11,
forgetting?
Joey.
What am I forgetting?
I will bonk you if you take too much time. I'll give you 10 seconds.
I'm not going to take too much
between
time. The PBL, Professional Bull Riding League.
Yeah, that is real.
And what are those bowlers called? Jeez, I don't want to shit the bed right now. No, there's La Liga.
La Liga. I was wondering if you were going to name more soccers, Joey. One more soccer did it for you. That's going to get you to 13, and you will bank all of those points.
Can I do more?
You can if you would like to name more, but
I don't
there's going
think
to be a real
can.
strict timer on this one. We're going to bonk you right there unless there was one on top of you.
Yeah.
21 points now for Joey in the scoreboard. But you guys got time to come back. As you saw, the points can come flying in. The chat had some more of these in here. We had UFC from Dame.
Oh my
God. With La Liga. We had all of the professional wrestling leagues that people were mentioning in here.
I didn't know if that qualified.
I didn't. You guys know I had all of those, but I wasn't going to bring that to the table because I didn't want to cause
I'm not so sure.
Well,
we have NASCAR in here. And then this one would have made me think about it now that the athletes can get paid. NCAA football. I still think they're amateur athletes, but NIL, MIC.
They're paid through sponsorships, though, right? They're not paid through the league.
So I don't think they're technically professional athletes.
Like my Subway sandwich sponsorship. Eat fresh.
Eat fresh.
If I say that 3 more times, they give me a free side salad.
that I have to pay for.
Yeah. Bundesliga. That was the one the German one I couldn't think of.
God bless you.
Bundesliga.
All right. Well, Jake, we are on to your turn here. Are you ready for your next prompt?
Let's do it.
What I want to know is how many active NFL players named David can you name?
First or last?
First name David. Last name Greatest.
Drake.
David.
It all comes back to Drake.
Do Dave's count, or does it have to be David?
Dave will count.
Okay.
I will say 3.
3 Davids. Joey, can you name more than 3 Davids?
I can name 4.
Joey can name 4 Davids. JL, can you name 5 Davids?
I only think of 2 Davids. 5, I have to say, or I have to bid 6.
No, Joey bid 4, so you need to bid 5.
I don't think I
One
can
more.
do it.
4. He's tapping out. Jake, you think you can name 5?
I really don't think I can. So I'm out.
Joey, back to back, you're playing here after not playing the first couple.
Man. After JL complained about me not playing, and here I am playing 2 times in a row. So
let's hear those Davids, Joey.
I'm gonna go right off the top with David Njoku.
That is 1.
Forgot about him already.
David Moore.
That is 2.
Oh man, I thought I was gonna think of more. David Wallace. No, he was on The Office. David Johnson. Is he still in the league? Yeah, he's still in the league. He's kicking the tires in some team, right? No. Okay. I really only need 2, I guess.
He is not still in the league, not
Sorry,
considered
guys.
active
Enjoy
by the
your
NFL. So, Joe, you have just gifted 4 points to your opponent. Some other ones that I thought maybe would have been gotten. We've got David Bell, David Blau, David Montgomery is another one in there.
I should have got that one.
Those are really
Bell and Montgomery were the 2 that I knew.
What a last name David counted?
No, just first name David.
Okay.
So Jake and JL, you guys are going to get some of those points back here that Joey stole away in the last round. Jake, you're moving up to 8. JL, you're moving up to 16. Joey still has the lead at 21. But we got plenty of prompts left in here. Joey, this one is coming your way. Are you ready for the next one?
Pen and paper ready. Let's go.
What I want to know is how many unique non-food items will you take a bite of and swallow on camera?
Non-food items. So, and swallow?
Yeah, you have to take a bite and swallow it. So you have to consume non-food items.
FYF is not responsible for any medical expenses.
Do not try this at home. The people on the screen are paid.
Do liquids count as non-food?
You have to take a bite of it. So if you cannot take a bite of it, then it will.
You don't understand how hard the water is in Florida.
What's your bid, Joey?
I'm going to bid 1.
1 from Joey. Tyson bid 0 in the chat. JL, are you bidding more than 1?
What is it? What counts as unique? Like if I eat paper versus a cardboard box, does that count as 2? Or are those both paper products?
Those would be 2, but a piece of paper from your notebook and a piece of paper from your printer would not be 2. That would be paper. Cardboard is different enough that it would be different.
What if it's my birth certificate?
If your birth certificate if the paper has enough significance that taking a bite out of it would be more than just taking a bite out of a piece of paper, then sure, that can count as a separate one. So security cards are on the line.
I'll do 2.
2 from JL. Jake, will you eat more than 2 non-food items?
No. I want to get past this one as quickly as possible. Let's just 0. -0 is my bid.
Okay, JL, eat it. Oh wait, no, Joey gets to try to bid if he wants to outbid you. Joey, you can do 3.
I don't, guys, I'm scared. I don't want to choke on something. So I'm going to bow out.
Joey's bowing out. Maria, if you're watching, be on call in case JL chokes on anything. JL?
This is so easy. You nerds.
One Nation says you should take a bite out of crime, JL.
Oh yeah, this piece of paper, gone. Gone. I'm chewing that baby up.
That's a big bite, too. Nobody said
you didn't have to do that much.
No, I don't care. I want to. Tissue?
Oh my.
That counts?
Such a gamer.
Piece of a tissue?
Piece of a tissue counts.
Okay.
It's different enough material.
Tells me this isn't the first time that you've eaten paper.
I had this next to my desk in case I got hungry.
Your snack paper separate from your other paper?
Scott said leaf from plant before you easy. And Jerry said hair, nail, paper, leaf, gum. Got it. Well, that's going to be 2 additional points for you, JL, bringing you up to 18 before we move on to our next prompt. I guess if you want to eat some more things, you can eat some more things.
We could make the rest of the show, what will JL eat?
For a point.
Yeah.
For 1 point.
What will JL eat for 1 point? All right. Well, we are on to our next prompt. JL, this one, you have the first bid. Are you ready?
Yep.
What I want to know is how many of the 9 quarterbacks with 12 or more interceptions last season can you name?
4.
4. JL says he can name 4. Jake, can you name more than 4 quarterbacks with 12 or more interceptions last year?
I'll go 5.
5 from Jake. Joey, can you name more than 5?
No.
Mr. Creamsicle. He can't do it. Jail, can you do it? Can you name more than 5?
I don't need to. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah.
Well, if you, I mean,
You're high off all that paper you just ate.
I know.
You know what's going on.
I was like, didn't I bid 5? No, I bid 4. Jake bid up to 5. I'll do 6.
6. Jake, can you do 7 of the 9?
No, I'm out.
JL, 6 without getting any wrong of the 9 QBs with 12 or more interceptions last season. Let's hear it.
Trevor Lawrence.
JL, I am sorry. Trevor Lawrence did not have more than 12 interceptions last season, which means you are immediately incorrect, and it is going to be 5 points to both of your opponents. Lawrence had 8 interceptions last year, though the year before, I believe he did lead the league in interceptions.
Dang.
This is my first time playing this game, but I've already figured out a strategy.
Yeah.
Just let other people play.
Yeah.
Victor in here guessing a couple. Prescott and Allen and Mills. One Nation guessing Joe, Burrow, and Carr. And Mahomes was a guess in here. We've got Kirk, Allen, Ryan, and Brady, all his guesses. Well, the correct answers in order were Dak Prescott and Davis Mills were tied for first with 15 apiece. We had Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr, and Josh Allen all with 14 apiece. Matt Ryan had 13, and then Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, and Joe Burrow all had 12.
It's kind of amazing. I couldn't name a single one of those.
They started with Trevor Lawrence. And Scamper said Carson Wentz probably. We just exclude him from these lists so that it's not cyberbullying. But yeah, he probably belongs up there even if he didn't throw them.
Yeah.
And Misery said, whoa, I got him in order. Nice job, Misery. Better than JL could do. And that is going to gift 5 points to your 2 opponents. Jake bringing you up to 8 plus 5, 13. And Joey bringing you up to 26 points. Math was hard there for a minute. Catching up. And Jake, this next prompt is yours.
I'm going big. No matter what. I don't care what the prompt is. Throw it at me.
Okay. How many different Muppets will you do an impression of?
14.
Oh.
Jake says 14 Muppets. Joey, can you do 15 Muppets?
15.
Joey says 15 Muppets. JL, can you do more than 15 Muppets? I didn't even know there were 15 Muppets.
I can't name a single Muppet.
Jake,
do they have to be licensed Muppets? Can they be Muppets that are made up on the spot?
Things that sound like Muppets.
We'll require it to be a Muppet.
Jake, how many? You said 15, Joey? 16.
Yeah.
16 Muppets.
God, Jake, this is what I want to do with my life. Why are you making me go higher?
Oh, it's the bidding war I wanted.
Man, I got nothing to lose.
I'm trying to think of 17 Muppets. Okay, I'm gonna say 17. If you want to do 18,
now I will
you can have
respectfully bow out.
Jake is respectfully bowing out of this one. Joey, we need 17 Muppet impressions. Give us the name, then the impression.
Well, I should have asked this. Shoot. Do Sesame Street, they are Muppets, so yes, they would count.
They will count.
Okay. Number 1, Kermit the Frog. It's the Muppet Show with our very special guest, Jake Trowbridge. Hi! Okay, that's Kermit.
Nice.
Ernie from Sesame Street. Rubber Ducky, you're the one. Cookie Monster. C is for cookie. That's good enough for me. Swedish Chef. That's 4. Miss Piggy. I love you, Kermit.
That is 5.
That was close.
Brittany Moms.
Grover. There is a monster at the end of this book.
Little close to Miss
That
Piggy.
was more like Miss Piggy, honestly. Yeah, they're the same. Frank Oz, the same voice for both of them. That's 6, right?
6. I need 11 more.
Okay, I need to calm down. How many more?
What is
11?
I need 11
Okay,
Muppet
the
impressions.
count. 1, 2, 3.
That is 7.
There's Big Bird.
I need a couple more words from Big Bird.
I love singing to children.
Okay, I need fewer words from Big Bird. That is 8.
Say less, Big.
Okay, sorry, but there is a song, Oscar the Grouch's I love trash. Oscar the
That
Grouch.
is 9 that I will take.
Okay.
We need 8 more.
I don't know any of these characters.
Hey, why did the chicken across the road?
I think that was my
to
Uncle
the
Jeffrey.
other side. Waka waka.
Okay, without the waka waka, I was not going to give it to you, but we got to 10.
Okay. Yeah.
We need 7 more.
7 more.
7 more.
Twin said, "How did Jake start at 14?"
I just did so much. Yeah. Okay. Ernie, you left some sludge in the bathtub when you were playing with your. That's bad. That's bad. I died right there. I was trying to do Bert.
I did not say they had to be good impressions. That is 11.
Okay, that's Bert.
Shit the tub.
Okay.
Yeah,
no, Ernie shit in the tub.
I can't do Elmo. That's way too high pitched. Okay, so there's Snuffleupagus.
Is it 11 or 10?
He's at 11.
Okay, this is Snuffleupagus, but it's hey bird. That's pushing it, isn't it? He's like, hey bird. No,
we'll take it. 12. Joey.
Okay, 12.
You got this, Joey.
I'm dying here.
5 more.
You can tap out at any minute, or we will call it if you take too much time in between.
You made all the way to 12
cheering
Muppets.
For you,
Joey.
Okay.
Don't Falcons this.
No, I'm not. That's such a high number.
So many points.
And there's Gonzo, but there's Dr. Benson Honeydew. Okay, there's one.
13.
There's Beaker.
14.
Oh God.
He's on a streak.
You're heating up. This next one put you on fire.
There's Rizzo the Rat.
Okay, Rizzo the Rat, deep cut.
Counts. Yeah, deep cut. I can't do Gonzo. That's what I'm struggling with because he keeps ringing in my ear.
Oh, the chat's blowing up with options. And Victor, you've already mentioned this one and said you couldn't do it, so this isn't cheating. Victor says, "Do Elmo, just do it."
I can't. Like that guy is very talented. There's
Joey.
Camilla the chicken, and it's a chicken, so it's a Muppet. It's a buck, 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 buck.
16, Joey, I need one more Muppet impression to bank these points, or your opponents will get the 17 points.
Hey, Muppets, here comes Sweetums.
17 Muppet impressions from Joey Wright. They said it couldn't be done, but he showed up and did it. Who knew there were even 17 Muppets characters?
Incredible.
Some of those were really bad though, guys. Like
it doesn't matter. That was incredible. You don't take anything away from that, Joey. Just 17. Bask in the wind.
I really didn't think that there were going to be more Muppets impressions than professional sports leagues named, but here we are. And Joey, that is going to put you at 43 points. It is going to be difficult for your opponents to catch up after that, but there is time left in this game.
Can I look at what the chat said?
Yeah, the chat was absolutely loving this one. One Nation said, astounding. Victor said, the creamsicle doing God's work. Dame celebrating it.
Animal. And, how did I not think of Animal?
You missed some of them. Also, Scampers, they wanted you to do Elmo. So
Statler and Waldorf. I thought of that beforehand because that's 2. Good job, chat.
And Grim said, can this segment make Sports Center top 10 tonight? We'll send it in.
Can you guys make this a recurring segment just on this show every time?
Joey does Muppets impersonation.
We just up it by 1 every single time. 18. Do 18, Joey.
386 today, Joey.
Also, Craig says if Joey wins, he has the new record for this game. 40 was the prior.
I don't have any records.
We'll see, because there's still game left, and maybe someone's got something in mind.
It's a record-setting show today. Someone's going to get a record. Yeah.
You have the first bid on this next one. Are you ready?
Is it more Muppet voices?
No, but what I do want to know is how many pictures of your own feet will you post on Twitter?
No.
That is right
on
now.
My account?
On your account, separate tweets. Each photo of your feet goes in a separate tweet. I will require you to take the photos now and post them to your Twitter in order to get the points. You cannot delete them until tomorrow.
It's going to we're just going to keep bidding, right?
Yep.
I'll start with 5.
Joey says 5. Jail, how many pictures of your feet will you post on your Twitter?
0.
Yep. That's a firm 0 for myself.
0. Joey going to pump his score up higher, or you can bow out and just give the points to your opponent.
Yeah, I'm not doing that for 6 points in a game I've already lost. Enjoy your feet, Twitter.
I'm gonna run the score up. I'm gonna Steve Spurrier this one. There's one. Can I take the pictures first?
Yeah, you can
or
take
do
all
I
the
need
pictures.
Have we checked whether this is against Twitter's terms of service?
No, it's X now. You can post whatever the hell you want.
You can do anything in X, bruh.
Also, Twin said if you do one, might as well do 100.
Yeah, at that point.
I did a selfie.
It's really the first one that's the toughest one.
While we're waiting for Joey to do that, Jail, I did want to ask you, who do you think has the best feet in the NFL?
Oh, easily DeAndre Swift. That man's he's got to have immaculate feet. Yeah.
The immaculate
he
toes,
never
I've heard
runs.
it called. He never runs. Jake, do you think DeAndre Swift, in fact, has the best feet in the NFL, or are you going to go with a different player?
Think about it.
What's a good kicker? I feel like kickers deserve this award more than anybody else.
Rodrigo
Harrison Butker. Harrison Butker has the best feet in the NFL.
All right. That's 5. Joey's going to post those to his Twitter. Tech. And Jay said, now everybody in the chat go retweet every picture. Joey,
these are separate tweets, not a thread, right?
Separate tweets, not a thread.
Got it.
48 points for Joey after that one. And we're moving on to John Luke for one of the last prompts of this game. We got a little bit of time left. JL, are you ready?
Let's go.
What I want to know is how many of the 9 players with double-digit rushing touchdowns last season can you name?
3.
Jake, can you name more than 3 players that had double-digit rushing touchdowns last year?
6.
6? Mm-hmm. Joey, can you name more than 6 of the 9?
I wasn't listening. I was posting pictures of feet on the internet. What's the question? How many of the 9 players? I can't.
Okay. Jake, your other competitors have bowed out, meaning you are playing with 6. I need you to name 6 players that had
bow,
double-digit.
JL?
I didn't bow.
Oh, JL didn't bow. I was just pre-bowing for him. JL, can you name 7?
Can I interrupt?
Yes.
Dave Richard from CBS just responded, "What is this shit?"
Just respond. My feet.
It's internet gold, my friend.
JL,
free content.
Can you name more than 6 double-digit rushing touchdown running backs?
Absolutely not a bow out.
Okay, now he bows out. Jake, it's official. Will you name 6 of those players for me?
Is it only running backs or is it, again, all players?
All players.
Okay.
9 players with double-digit rushing touchdowns.
Okay. For sure, give respect to my man, Jamal Williams.
Jamal Williams sitting up top the list at number 1. That is 1, Jake.
Austin Eckler.
Austin Eckler is number 3 on this list. That is going to be 2 for you.
Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb is on this list at number 6. That is 3. You only need 3 more. You're halfway there.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts is on this list at number 4. That is 4 of them. 2 more, and you will bank these points.
Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders is number 8 on this list. Nice job, Jake. 1 more, and you'll bank these points.
Oh, no. I went one too close to the sun, I think. I don't know if I can get another one.
Sam Darnold.
Okay. You're shut your mouth. The leading rusher from last year, fingers crossed, in the red zone, Josh Jacobs.
Jake. That is the 6th correct one, coming in at number 7 on the list. Nice job. You're going to bank those 6 points, but you do have the opportunity to go for some bonus points here. Each additional one that you name will earn you 2, but if you get them wrong, you will not get any points.
I've just got to go for it. I just have to at this point. There's no why even do anything else. I'm going to just the leading rusher from his team as well last year, Daniel Jones.
Jake, Daniel Jones is not on this list, which means those points are going to your opponent. The 3 remaining that you missed were Derrick Henry, Ezekiel Elliott, and Saquon Barkley. Derrick Henry, Ezekiel Elliott, and Saquon Barkley. Zeke and Miles Sanders on there shocked me a little bit. But Jake, you got Miles Sanders pretty quickly, and I thought he was one of the tricks as well, because there seems to be a cloud of disappointment that just follows him in fantasy managers' minds. Are you letting that cloud follow him to Carolina, or do you think a new team, new start is going to be new things for Miles Sanders' fantasy value.
I had the cloud at the start of last year, and the cloud has dissipated for me. He proved himself in that offense. It's a way different offense. I understand, but the competition in his current backfield is a poopy. So I'm going to go with Miles Sanders based on volume at worst.
It is a poopy. JL, do you agree with Jake's take there that his competition is a poopy and the volume should be enough to keep him fantasy relevant?
Yeah, if I could just, paraphrase what Jake said, it's tough to run in a full diaper, but you can do it.
As they always say.
Yeah.
You got to get those good diapers.
I've always said that.
You got to get those good diapers. Well, guys, we got time for one more prompt here, I believe. Actually, you know what? We don't. We're going to call it. Joey, you are going to be our champion today with a final score of 54 to 24 to 13. Congratulations, Joey. Put over the top by your Muppets impressions. Jake, thank you so much for taking the time to come on and play this game with us today.
We love you, Jake.
I'm so happy you let me play this game and lose embarrassingly. Thanks, gang.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Anytime, Jake. And now you're sitting at 2-3, so you have to come back to try to get back up to that 500 record. It was all a scam. We rig games to fit the narrative of our long-standing show arches with guests that we want to blackmail into coming back on.
That's the rudest and sweetest thing of you at the same time.
It's manipulative, but out of love. And we do that for people like you, Jake, and people like Jim Coventry, who came on yesterday.
It's because we're messed up.
Maria's celebrating your win in the chat. You know what it was, Joey? I think it was that Mike Evans jersey you put on.
The creamsicle.
Yeah.
You're not going to take it off.
You draw all your power from the creamsicle.
That's the sound it makes.
The creamsicle has truly risen to the top. Congratulations, Joey.
Guys, if you're not already following Jake, and that creamsicle bit wasn't enough to get you to follow him, I don't know what else to tell you, but I'm going to say the same words. Go to Twitter at Jake Trowbridge and give him a follow. The stuff he's putting out is incredible. He's not just a great analyst, but truly one of the funniest people and creators in this space, putting out content unlike anything anybody else is creating for fantasy football. You're going to want to be following him. And that's going to be it for us today. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time for some more fantasy football game show fun, though. Jake, thank you so much again, my friend. We really appreciate it.
You, man.
Thank you, guys.
And shout out to the chat. Thank you, everybody, for coming in and hanging out with us. We'll see you at 3 o'clock tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Adios, everyone. I almost said enjoy Thursday.
I thought of like 12 more Muppets.